Hey there, this is Dr. Anna Maria Helt, herbalist and microbiologist at osada.com. And my topic today is a little off the beaten path. It is using boletes for cocktails and mocktails. So I just recently posted a video on using boletes in perfumery, and I'm kind of taking weird uses of boletes and running with them. I'm not kidding. They're actually really good in cocktails and in mocktails. More on this in a moment. Now, I live in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains, where we have, on a good season, lots and lots of Boletes rubriceps, the red-topped bolete, Rocky Mountain Red. You see a lovely little chubby one here. We also have Boletes barrowsii, or the White King bolete, or Barrow's bolete, named after the fellow Chuck Barrow. So these are all really yummy options to use, but whatever edible bolete you might have in your neck of the woods. We have a number of them in North America. So you can use boletes as a tincture, which is basically an alcohol extract. You can use boletes as a double extract, and this is a photo of a Rocky Mountain red bolete double extract that I made. And you can use them as a simple syrup. So to just define what a double extract is, this is a combination of a mushroom that has been tinctured, meaning it has been extracted with a mix of alcohol and water, and then that is combined with basically a very strong tea known as a decoction, where that mushroom has been simmered for a certain length of time in water. When I'm doing medicine, I will simmer that mushroom for a couple of hours. If I'm just playing around with flavoring extracts, I might just do a half an hour simmer and combine it with the alcohol extract in equal parts. Now, you need to be careful that the amount of alcohol, the concentration of alcohol you have remaining at the end of this combination of tea and tincture is at least 20%, which would be, let's see, 40 proof. Vodka, just as an example, is typically 80 proof or 40% alcohol or ethanol. If you have any less than 20% ethanol here or alcohol, your concoction's going to go bad. So you'll have to do a little bit of math here. And I do have articles and videos on my website, osada.com. OS is in Sam, D is in dog. Oh gosh, spelling out loud really is difficult for me. OSADHA. O, S is in Sam, D is in dog, A, D is in dog, HA.com. And you can just do a search and find out how to make double extracts. Now, in terms of the simple syrup, I make those simple syrups out of dry roasted boletes. I put them in the oven, roast them on about 200 to 275 degrees F for however long it takes to get all of those slices dry. And then I do the simple syrup out of that. And that really impacts the flavor of the boletes. When you roast boletes prior to using them in other recipes, they're going to have a stronger umami flavor. They're going to be much nuttier and really delicious. Now, circling back to bitters. Bitters, before they were thought of as a cocktail flavoring, were used as medicine, and they're still used as medicine, actually. Anything that tastes bitter but isn't toxic will promote healthy digestion through a combination of nervous system and hormonal signaling in the body that starts in the tongue, but also involves the brain, the nervous system, the digestive tract. We have bitter receptors throughout the body, and eating things that have bitter constituents in them engages those receptors and has a profound effect on our health. Not only does it impact digestion, but it impacts respiratory health, cardiovascular health, nervous system health. But strictly speaking, bitters, in terms of digestion, that engagement of the bitter flavor on the tongue. So here's my bolete double extract that is a bit bitter. If I taste that, that's engaging the bitter receptors in my tongue, and telling my digestive tract to get ready for eating stuff. So I'm going to make more saliva, which contains digestive enzymes when I taste bitters. I'm going to make more stomach acid. I'm going to make more pepsin, or pepsinogen, which is cleaved by stomach acid into pepsin, a protein digesting enzyme. The pancreas is going to be making more of our various digestive enzymes for starches, for proteins, for lipids. The liver is going to be making bile in response to those bitters so that we are able to handle our food better. And so taking bitters can prevent indigestion. And so bitters in drinks came about as either digestifs that were used after a meal to help with digestion and prevent gas and bloating, or as aperitifs before meals. Hence all these bitter cocktails. So bitters were actually medicine and still are. Now, what do I want to talk about right now? So again, here's a Bolete double extract. I showed you a photo of this already. The flavor of this is Rocky Mountain Red Bolete, is mildly bitter. So I'm just tasting it on my hand here. There's also a sweetness to it that is due to the mushroom polysaccharides, and it's not a sweetness like we tend to think of in terms of sugar. It's more of a subtle sweetness. But that comes from the mushroom polysaccharides that are extracted in a double extract. There's also kind of a sharp, sort of tangy flavor to this Bolete extract as well. So this is one way that you can use Boletes in cocktails and mocktails and such, is to use this double extract. Now, if you have a straight Bolete tincture where that Bolete is just in alcohol and maybe a little bit of water without the Bolete tea added to it, it's going to be more bitter. I tend to not do that either, in my practice or for cocktails or mocktails. I like the double extract where it's been simmered, it's been cooked to make the tea, and then the mushroom is subsequently extracted in alcohol to make the tincture, and then I combine the two of those. So the flavor of this is very different than the flavor of my simple syrup here, where I've roasted the Boletes and then made a typical simple syrup. I tend to go a little lower on my sugar in simple syrup so you can actually taste the botanical stuff in it, and then I preserve them with alcohol, 20%. And this is absolutely delicious. The simple syrup has a slight amount of bitterness in it. There's definitely an umami flavor that really comes out from roasting those Boletes, and of course a bit of sweetness as well. And it's absolutely delicious. Now, one way that I really like to use Boletes in cocktails is to make what I call a Bolete-rita, and it's really yummy. So good tequila with alder smoked salt along the rim, fresh squeezed lime juice, a little bit of New Mexican red chili powder sprinkled into the drink, and a couple squirts of Bolete simple syrup, and it rocks. It's a really yummy cocktail. Boletes, whether you're doing it as a simple syrup or a double extract, will go really well in whiskey-based cocktails, bourbon-based cocktails. If you aren't an alcohol drinker, great. You can throw Bolete simple syrup or Bolete double extract in hot apple cider or cold apple cider. But this time of year, hot apple cider with some Bolete in it is freaking awesome. So that's another way to do your Boletes. Bolete simple syrup itself, where is it? Here it is absolutely delicious drizzled on cheeses. I can't eat many cheeses, but I can get away with goat cheese without it kicking my ass. And a little bit of Bolete simple syrup drizzled over my favorite one, which is a smoking goat it's called, or even over a goat brie, is really yummy. So you can get creative and use these different Bolete preparations in your cooking. Now, Boletes also go really well. You can't read that label. Boletes also go really well in a bitters blend with other botanicals. And so I'm calling this my Autumn Bitters Blend. Really creative name here. Licking it off my hand. Here's a picture of it. This is a blend of Rocky Mountain Red Bolete with dandelion root, both raw dandelion root, which is going to be more bitter, and roasted dandelion root, which is really yummy and a little bit sweeter. There's some orange peel tincture in here, some lemongrass tincture in here, some cardamom tincture in here as well. And this is a really tasty bitters blend that you can use to improve digestion, but it's also really yummy in apple cider and in whiskey and bourbon based cocktails and other sort of mocktail type preparations. So get creative with your mushrooms. There are a lot of ways to use our lovely and delicious local edible mushrooms. So thanks for tuning in on what's a bit of a weird topic for me to dive into, boletes in cocktails and mocktails.